Did you know that the vast majority of deaths after the age of 75 can be traced back to just a small handful of causes? At first, this might sound surprising, even shocking. Many people believe that passing away at such an advanced age is simply a natural part of life, something inevitable that we cannot influence. But the truth is, science and medical research reveal something different. Most of these deaths are not entirely random. They often stem from very specific risks that could, in many cases, be prevented, reduced, or at least delayed with the right awareness and actions. Think about this for a moment. What if the difference between living just a few more years and living an additional decade filled with energy, clarity, and dignity comes down to understanding these risks? Too often, we don't pay attention to them until it's too late. By the time people recognize what's happening inside their bodies, their health has already deteriorated, and their options are limited. But if you can recognize the warning signs early, you give yourself a chance to protect your health, extend your life, and make your final years much more meaningful and independent. So today, let's dive into the 5 leading causes of death after age 75. Not to spread fear, but to share knowledge that can help you or your loved ones make better choices. Because the more you understand, the more power you have to live longer and better. The first major cause is heart disease. After 75, heart-related problems become the #1 threat to life. Conditions like heart attacks, congestive heart failure, and arrhythmias are all common. But the real tragedy is that heart disease often builds silently over decades. By the time someone experiences chest pain or shortness of breath, their heart may already be severely damaged. Yet, heart disease is not an automatic sentence. It's influenced by lifestyle choices. Diet, exercise, stress levels, and regular checkups play huge roles. Imagine two people of the same age. One eats a balanced diet, stays active, manages stress, and sees their doctor regularly. The other ignores symptoms, eats whatever is convenient, and avoids medical visits. 10 years later, their outcomes are completely different. The first might still be walking, gardening, and enjoying life. The second may already be gone. The second leading cause is cancer. At advanced ages, the body's natural defenses weaken, and years of exposure to risk factors like smoking, poor diet, or environmental toxins catch up with us. Cancers of the lungs, colon, breast, and prostate are among the most common. One of the challenges with cancer is that it can remain hidden until it reaches an advanced stage, when treatments become less effective. But here again, knowledge makes a difference. Screenings, regular checkups, and paying attention to small but persistent symptoms can often lead to early detection, which dramatically improves outcomes. It's not about living in fear, but about staying alert. Many people over 75 have survived cancer because they acted quickly at the first sign, rather than dismissing it as just aging. Another major cause of death is chronic respiratory disease. Conditions like chronic obstructive pulmonary disease (COPD) and pneumonia. Lungs become more fragile with age, especially if they've been damaged over time by smoking or exposure to pollutants. A small infection that a younger body could fight off may become life-threatening for someone older, but again, prevention and care matter. Vaccinations, avoiding smoking, and keeping the body strong through good nutrition and exercise can protect lung health. Breathing is something we take for granted until it's gone, but maintaining lung health is one of the most powerful ways to extend life beyond 75. The fourth cause is stroke. A stroke can change everything in an instant. It can take away mobility, independence, speech, and in many cases, life itself. The risk of stroke increases sharply with age, especially when blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes are not well controlled. Yet strokes, too, often give warning signs. Many strokes, sudden weakness, dizziness, or confusion. Recognizing these symptoms early and seeking help immediately can prevent a major, life-ending stroke. Many older adults lose precious years simply because they ignored small signals or delayed medical care by just a few hours. Acting fast saves lives. Finally, the fifth major cause is Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. While dementia may not always directly cause death, it drastically reduces quality of life and makes people more vulnerable to infections, accidents, and complications. Losing memory, independence, and the ability to make safe decisions creates a cascade of risks. But here too, there is hope. Mental stimulation, social interaction, physical activity, and a healthy diet all help slow the progression of cognitive decline. Families who stay proactive, creating safe environments and encouraging brain activity, often give their loved ones extra years of meaningful connection. Now, why does all of this matter? Because these 5 causes heart disease, cancer, respiratory illness, stroke, and dementia are not just medical terms. They represent millions of lives every year. They represent people's grandparents, parents, siblings, and friends. They are deeply personal. And while we cannot completely escape them, we can fight back. The truth is, longevity isn't just about adding more years to your life. It's about adding more life to your years. Imagine being able to travel at 80, spend time with grandchildren, read books, enjoy hobbies, and still feel sharp and strong. That vision is not unrealistic. It's possible when you pay attention early and take small but powerful steps to protect yourself. Too many people assume that old age means sickness is inevitable, but this is a dangerous myth. Research shows that seniors who stay active, eat well, get quality sleep, and keep their minds engaged often live far beyond 75 with good health. Some even outlive younger relatives simply because they took better care of themselves. So the message here is not one of fear, but of empowerment. Death after 75 does not have to come suddenly, and it does not have to be the result of ignorance. By recognizing the leading risks, by getting regular medical checkups, and by making healthier lifestyle choices, you give yourself the best possible chance to live longer and live better. Every day is an opportunity to choose wisely. Every meal, every walk, every checkup, every conversation with your doctor is an investment in your future, and those investments add up. They can mean the difference between leaving too soon and enjoying many more years of joy, independence, and love. So remember, most deaths after 75 are not random. They are linked to specific causes we can understand, prepare for, and, in many cases, prevent. Let this knowledge be your strength, because the best years of your life may still be ahead, if you choose to protect them.